Hello, this is another one of my videos on the Baha'i 9-year plan from 1964 to 73, this one dealing with progress and implementation in the 1971-72 period. In previous videos, the main source for this is the book Messages from Universal House of Justice, 1963 to 86, and there's also an old article I wrote along with Moojan Momen on the Baha'i phase, 1957-88, which provides some context. So first, let me note that there were some major achievements and activities in this period. The major planned goal of National Spiritual Assembly formation was beginning to move forward rapidly. By 1969, only 13 additional assemblies had been formed since the beginning of the plan, which involved actually 16 new assemblies and the disbandment of 3 regional ones. But in the next 3 years, an additional 31 were formed. 8 major oceanic and continental conferences were also held. I'll talk about those in another video. And the Panama Temple finished and dedicated for worship. Again, I'll talk about that in another video. In its Reswan message for 1971, Universal House of Justice referred to a new horizon with intimations of thrilling developments that could now be discerned in the unfolding life of the faith. This new horizon would be reached through complete victory in the 9-year plan. The plan itself was now well advanced. In a year's time, the total number of national spiritual assemblies would be 114, 6 more than originally called for in the plan. Building work on the Panama Temple would be finished before the end of the year. The recent international conferences have been a great success, releasing a wonderful spirit as well as practical benefits, and there had been a good response to the urgent appeal which the House had made to make 4 months, it had to make 4 months previously, for greater support for the International Baha'i Fund. It was evident, however, that restrictive measures against the faith in a number of countries would make completion of their goals virtually impossible, and the Baha'is in those countries who enjoyed the freedom to teach the faith were therefore encouraged to so surpass their own goals as to amply compensate for the disabilities suffered by their less fortunate co-religionists. At this juncture, 2 major objectives of the plan remained unfulfilled. The formation of new local spiritual assemblies, 10,360 were now in existence, but 14,966, an extra 4,606 were called for in the plan, and the opening of new localities where Baha'is resided, over 46,000 at present, with a goal of over 54,000, an extra 8,000 was called for. In percentage terms, this called for increases of 44%, over 44% for assemblies, and just under 18% for localities. The overall goal figures were in sight, but the time remaining to the end of the plan was short. Moreover, the total statistics concealed major differences between national communities. The growth of the faith was uneven, both between and within communities, with some communities exceeding their goals, whilst others faced extreme difficulties in attaining theirs. Total victory was achievable, but mutual help and an increase in the existing momentum was necessary. One specific action that was called for was the reinforcement and support of the army of traveling teachers. All of the Baha'is, particularly the youth, were challenged to consider how much time they could devote to the faith during the remaining 2 years of the plan. Some could undertake teaching visits of short or long-term duration. Others could deputize traveling teachers financially or undertake tasks which would free would-be teachers for the teaching work. Thus, the Baha'is will be able to build up a final and unified surge of activity that would carry the plan to victory. For the present, the Baha'is needed to focus their energies on the immediate task of accomplishing the goals of the plan. Victory in this regard was the best preparation for the future, and the means of developing new powers and capacities in the community itself. The House members remained confident that the army of light, that is the Baha'is, would grow in strength and unity, such that by the end of the 9-year plan, it would have scaled the heights of yet another peak in the path that led ultimately to the broad uplands of the Most Great Peace. In July 1971, the House called upon the Baha'is to commemorate the forthcoming 50th anniversary of Abdu'l-Baha's passing, to rededicate themselves to winning the remaining planned goals. Ideally, yet more active and dedicated promoters of the faith would join those who were already helping to win the existing victories, so that, quote, we may all meet our obligations and discharge our sacred trust. This was a crucial stage in the development of the plan, and if all remaining goals were quickly won, it would be possible to devote the remaining months of the plan to an ever greater expansion of the faith as it proceeded on its onward march towards the spiritual conquest of the planet. In February 1972, the House announced that the total number of localities in which Baha'is resided worldwide was now 56,645, more than 2,500 in excess of the original planned goal. The Baha'is in those areas where the goals were not yet won were urged to exert the utmost effort during the remaining months of the plan so as to win the goals, that they could join the ranks of their victorious brethren who were urged to continue their victorious, brilliant exploits. The House members were offering prayers of thanksgiving for the divine bounties which surrounded the sacrificial efforts of the love-intoxicated Baha'is. So many thanks to my patrons for their kind support and encouragement. Without them I wouldn't be able to make these videos. Thank you also if you've been listening. You're very welcome to support my channel. Like, comment and share on the videos if you would like to. Subscribe if you want to be notified of future videos. Next week we'll move on to part 5 of this section on progress and implementation in the 9-year plan. Have a good day.